Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. First, I want to thank you guys for being super patient past few weeks while I have been dealing with sinus surgery and I have been dealing with closing on a house, and so making content kind of fell a little bit to the wayside while life stuff was happening. Fortunately, I feel a lot better after surgery. We closed on our house last week and everything has been going great. But I really appreciate all of you who have just been like super patient about not having as much content and all of that good stuff. The plus side is that soon I'm gonna be moving. There'll be a new office space and a new studio space essentially, and a lot more content to come. So I appreciate everyone who has kind of stuck it out there with me. But anyway, moving on. Today I want to talk about Yak Yeti, which is the restaurant in Animal Kingdom in Asia. And I gave it a second try on my last trip because the first time I went, I didn't love it. And that's happened with a few Disney restaurants for me in the past where I've gone and I've said, oh, this is just okay. And then I don't go back for quite a number of years. And I think that's a little bit unfair because obviously menus change, service changes, things in general change. And so I feel like everything always deserves a second chance. So today I'm going to be giving a bit of a review of Yak Yeti. I had a couple of people ask me about this from my last vlog because in that vlog I was eating there. And so I thought, you know what, let's just get a full-on review of what I think and if my opinion has changed about it. So first off, Yak Yeti actually has quick service and table service. So this review is for table service at Yak Yeti. I did have a reservation ahead of time. I highly recommend it. It tends to be one of the more popular restaurants in Animal Kingdom, and it's a pretty good spot. It's right between Asia and Africa, so if you're doing things within those two areas, it's a really good lunch spot, so you're not too far if you're hopping to, say, Everest or the safari afterwards. It's also a fairly big restaurant. There's multiple levels to it. I actually sat on the second floor, and they can accommodate a lot of guests within that space. If you can get a window seat that looks out over the crowd, it's kind of fun and people watching because you can look down and see the path in Asia. And the decor itself is obviously very Asian, kind of like a Cambodian inspired, I would say, decor, which is really cool. And I would say the menu is trying to be Southeast Asian. I say trying because, you know, Disney is Disney, and a lot of the times they kind of take a culinary idea and play it safe because they have people who come from all over who have very different tastes, and obviously they want to appeal to a lot of people. They don't want their menus to be too bizarre that a lot of people are skipping the menu. So it is Southeast Asian inspired, Southeast Asian like, and so most of the stuff that you're gonna find there is gonna be like spring rolls and coconut this and Thai that, and that's kind of the general vibe of the menu. So I kept it pretty simple for what I ordered. I didn't do like a full appetizer, meal, and dessert because I was going to Flight of Passage after this meal, so I didn't really have time to sit down and have like a lot there. But what I did order ended up being pretty good. First, for my drink, I had a Shanghai lemonade. This is a non-alcoholic beverage. Didn't really want to have alcohol midday before Flight of Passage and then heading home. You can get different flavors on this lemonade. I got the passion fruit and it was delicious. It was very, very good lemonade. It wasn't too sweet, it wasn't too sour. It was really good. Like, I would go get that drink there again. And then for the actual meal, I had coconut shrimp. Shrimp is like one of my favorite foods, so I felt like that was a safe bet for me. So it's a coconut crusted shrimp. It comes with jasmine rice, stir-fried vegetables, and a side of plum sauce. Overall, I think the meal was really good. I wasn't super feeling the stir-fried vegetables. I don't know if it was the kind of vegetables they were. It just didn't seem very flavorful. I mean, probably could have just needed a little more pepper and salt, to be honest. The shrimp itself was delicious. It was a lot. I mean, this is the main meal shrimp. There's also an appetizer version of coconut shrimp, which probably gives you a lot less. So it was a lot of shrimp for one person, at least for me. The jasmine rice was really good as well. And the sauce is really what made it. I feel like that's super important with this style of food. So like I said, it was a plum sauce, or plum barbecue sauce is actually what they called it, because there was a little bit of a barbecue flavor in there. And it was really good for the most part. Like I said, I don't know how I felt about the vegetables. And I'm a vegetable eater. It's not like I'm adverse to them. But they just didn't really like do it. But the rest of it was very good. For reference, that meal was $22.99, which I actually think was one of the cheaper menu options for like your main entree. And like I said, it was actually surprisingly pretty filling. As far as service goes, it was great. You know, they actually got me in pretty quickly. I've always heard horror stories about Yak Yeti and long waits to get your table, and I was a little nervous because of my fast pass, which I did get to bump back about 20 minutes, which helped a lot. But I got nervous waiting in the lobby thinking this was gonna take a long time. I'd only heard about, you know, people waiting, having a reservation and then still waiting 45 minutes. I don't know if it's because I was one person and therefore only needed a table that essentially sat two, but I was called in after about 10 to 15 minutes. I really didn't wait much longer than that. And then as one person, you know, a lot of people always think about what is dining solo like and how did they treat you there. And the cast member I had as my waiter was fantastic, incredibly nice. We chatted a bit about where I was from, where he was from. It was just a really nice overall experience. He was very attentive. I didn't feel like I was forgotten or ignored. He was really good about recommending things and checking in on me and all of that. And yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't have any problems with service or anything like that. I thought he and the hostess who sat me and everyone was really great. So overall, would I recommend Yak and Yeti? I actually think I would go back. I had a better experience this time. I do remember the first time that I went, I believe I had something like a sesame chicken or a sweet and sour chicken, and I did not like that meal. So it could have just been the meal that I had. I really liked the coconut shrimp. I thought it was very, very good. And like I said, that lemonade was fantastic. So I do actually think that I would go back again, which is surprising because like I said, I didn't go for a number of years. I mean, I think it was 2015 when the last time I went was, so it's been 4 years. I kind of written it off, and now I feel like maybe it's just a matter of finding the right thing on the menu. So surprisingly, I would actually say that I give it a thumbs up, and I would say go check it out. It really wasn't so bad. A little bit on the pricey side, but overall food was pretty darn good. So I would like to know in the comments below, have you eaten at Yak and Yeti? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Somewhere in the middle. What do you order typically when you go there? Do you have any recommendations of what's good, what's bad? Love to know all of that in the comments below because it always helps people who might come here looking for recommendations. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I make videos every single week, and hopefully we'll be making more now that life has sort of slowed down a little bit. And again, appreciate all of you guys who have been sticking with me, all the new people. Y'all rock. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.